couple of you may know me, a lot of you may know it. I am currently a sophomore at Madison College. I'm a Open Silicon Valley member. I have been since I was about 10 years old, and I recently became the global president for Open Youth. I'm here today as the MC for the conference and the moderator of a few sessions. But I also want to give you guys a little bit about my background. I run a nonprofit called Empower Sports Academy. We are helping girls and women in Pakistan with reaching their athletic potential. So we want to be able to provide opportunities for girls all throughout Pakistan. And I do want to give a special thanks to the entire Open Network, because without them, this nonprofit wouldn't have made it as far as it is. And we're going to keep growing this year, and I'm excited for all of you guys to follow our journey. So thank you so much. So before we start the program, I want to give the opportunity for us to celebrate the two countries that we come from, both the US and Pakistan. So if you guys could please stand for the national anthems of both countries. next segment off to Amir Chatisa, who is, going to kick off this day with us. He's the global managing partner of Ruchi First Insurance, and he's also served on the Open Chicago board for a very long time. So can we please get a round of applause?
All right, well, good morning everybody and Assalamu Alaikum. Enjoyed yesterday, had a good time? Awesome. Well, it's day 2 of 3 days of networking, fun, relationship building, meeting old friends. I saw somebody said yesterday, I haven't seen you in 10 years. And this is what Open Global is all about. Bringing you all together so that you can recreate those friendships that you might have lost a while. And then also make new friends. We have a lot of people here visiting from Pakistan. Can you please all stand up, all of our companies visiting from Pakistan? Let's give all of them a round of applause. These people have come from far away to spend 3 days with us. They had a great time in the embassy. Thank you, Ambassador Saab, for hosting the event the other day. So I would encourage all our folks at Open Global to reach out, shake hands, share information, and give them that opportunity to do business. As you know, and you've heard our Ambassador Saab say that before, and I'm sure in his remarks he'll talk about it, that Pakistan is a land of opportunity. More opportunity in my mind than the USA. I know we live here and there's great opportunity here, but Pakistan is indeed a land of opportunity for various reasons that all of you will hear all throughout the day. My job here today as co-chair along with Adil is to host you today. So any issues any of you have, don't call me, call Adil. All right, a couple of ground rules I'd like to take you through, and then I'm going to pass it back to Alicia. First, I'd like you all to please try to silence your phones so that while our people are presenting, we don't have interference. Secondly, I honestly would like you to give as much courtesy as you can to our speakers. I know it's very traditional for us to go out and have chai and coffee, and then you have speakers here who have come from far away on a Saturday morning, and the room is half empty. And I would just appreciate if you could please give them that courtesy, because they've taken time out of their schedule to be with you and share information. I promise you, as Alicia said, we'll have a lot of networking breaks. We'll give you the lunch break. You'll have time between the end of the meeting today and then the gala. So there'll be plenty of time for you to reconnect, share the jokes, share the experiences, but during the day, if you could please give us your full attention and give that courtesy to our speakers. So the plan today is we'll probably go until about 5 p.m., give or take. I know we started a little late, so we will try to make up time. We will then give you about an hour and a half, roughly until 6:30. At 6:30 p.m., we plan to start our gala with a reception. And then around 7:15 is when the gala starts. The gala tonight will be very exciting. We're giving awards to a bunch of people that truly deserve all the recognition that Pakistanis deserve for all the things they've done. We saw one last night that was given out, and we'll have a lot more today. It is not a black tie event, but we would like people to dress up if you can. It is a formal event this evening because it is a traditional gala. And then we've added a few things that are very unique. Anybody here a fan of mango, this fruit? All right, so we were fortunate enough to have a sponsor, and we'll recognize it later tonight, that has generously donated 80 kilos of mangoes, all the way from Pakistan, Ambassador. And those mangoes will be cut and be ready for you to eat. But the price of admission is that you need to show up. Cannot be shipped to your houses. I'm just kidding. And then we have a great silent auction, and that's when I would ask you all, and I'm looking at Zen, I'm just kidding, to take out your checkbooks and really help not just this organization, but just people that we support. We have 4 cricket bats signed by our very own Wasim Akram and Misbah. And then we have 1 cricket bat donated by Hassan that has, I think, most of our Pakistan cricket team. So those are some items that we're going to auction off tonight during the gala as well. And then Sunday, we have the famous Halwa Puri Nashta, if you guys are a fan of that. Tonight, I'm also told, for those of you that live in DC, the Ravi Kebab House apparently is a known place. So we thought we'd call Uncle Ravi and say, can you just give us dinner tonight? So we have Uncle Ravi's dinner this evening, which will be a good barbecue. So we hope again that you join us for the gala and for the dinner tonight. What we've tried to do is to keep you away from all the desi food, because my good friend Maris says, I don't need my arteries clogged more. So I know we all love nihari, I know we all love halim and all the other stuff and the biryanis, but we've tried to give you a good mix of a menu. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the light breakfast today. We have a Mediterranean theme for lunch, and then we have Ravi Kebab tonight, and then halwa puri. We can't leave DC without having halwa puri, right? That's always going to be there. When we all leave the airport, they're going to ask us, can you tell us what you ate? And unless we tell them it's halwa puri, they won't let us exit. Sponsors. We have a lot of people that have supported us, so please stop by their booth and give them a thank you for being sponsoring our event. We have BSCD that is also sponsored, so Abu Saab, our past global president. You can never leave open, right? Even though you now work for the government, but your permanent membership is open. Let's see, what else? We also have a lot of people that are non-charter members. So one of the good things about Open is now that Open wants to grow. We want to grow in chapters, we want to grow in membership, so we have opened up these events to outside people as well. So those of you that are from other parts of the country, feel free to recruit members. Okay? And then the other opportunity is that obviously networking leads to a lot of relationship building. You have investors in the group, you have people who have done business. I know many of you personally that over the years in different parts of the country have gone to events like this, and then they've created companies together, and that's how Pakistanis thrive on relationship building. So I'm hoping that you do the exact same thing here as well. And then finally, I would just ask that anything that we can do for you as a host committee, please let us know. Please give us an excuse on our shortcomings, because we are a group of volunteers. And my last message is I want to truly thank the host committee, the volunteers from the DC team, and just anybody who has been a big supporter of this meeting, all our youngsters, the Alishas, the Farahs last night, who have helped us. These are all people that we have recruited. I was telling the ambassadors out this morning that I think the face of organizations now need to change to a younger generation. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that Open Global is now embarking on giving the reins of all the speaking part and all of these things. Tariq, I and many others who speak, you should hear more of the younger generation, because they certainly do a much better job. And finally, I'd like to thank our ambassador himself for being here. Let's give him a round of applause. Big supporter of Open Global. I've seen Ambassador South being almost in every open event around the country, so truly appreciate that. So with that, have a great day, and over to you, Alicia.
Thank you so much. So we still have a couple of rounds of introductions left before we get into our panels, and I do want to thank Mom or Uncle so much for coming up here, helping introduce what our day is going to be like. Next up, we have Abu Bakr speaking. Abu Bakr has been a long-term member of Open Global and a long-term supporter, and I've known him for quite a while, so it's exciting to see him here today again. He's also the CEO of Pakistan Software Export Board, and he's had over 25 years of experience in global leadership positions. He has also played a big role in helping Open in this event today, so everyone give him a round of applause.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. I really love how Alicia introduced. She said, Amir Uncle, and then she didn't say Abu Bakr. Great job. That tells how capable our young generation is, and we should just give the hands to these guys. Thank you. Good to be here. And I think I should do that because in my heart and my blood it's always open. So I always wanted to welcome to the Open Global event, because I think I'm the host also at some time. But it is almost like a homecoming too. Open is dear and close to my heart. Spent some time in Open, had the honor and the opportunity to lead Open last year, and I can't believe it's been a year, and we hosted one of the most, iconic conference in Midtown Manhattan, Marriott Marquis, and with 200 delegates, and with the bold ambition to do an event, and I'm going to connect that to the later part of my talk. It's the bold ambition to do it in the most iconic hotel in the world, Marriott Marquis, to spend almost $250,000 when you had $6,000 in your bank account. Remember that. And I could not have done it without the support of my three brothers. And now we have just been like brothers, like Amir Chalisa, Tariq Khan, and Zulfi Jafri. These four of us, I think we spent, I don't even know how many sleepless nights, long days, arguments, everything you can call it. And now, since it's been a year, we can call it, and we can share a lot of these stories to say, yes, we did not have the venue 2 weeks before the event. Yes.
We also share personal credit cards.
We all did. I charged $16,000 on my credit card to just say, we cannot let this fail. So, yes, we did a lot to make this happen. And not that we all got the money back, so we didn't spend the money and didn't get it back. We all got the money back after that. But we were not sure if we were going to get the money back when we were doing it. But I think the key here, the key message here is, We Open is what we reflect as we are. We are the bold, ambitious vision to think what looks impossible, and we do it. And I think this is what most of us daring entrepreneurs that are here in this room also, that's what they did. The reason why I like Open about the most is every time I come to these open events or host it or meet a lot of people, I always learn something new. I always meet somebody new that I actually ended up having a relationship that helps both us and this, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's always that what's in it for me and what do I have to give back? That's what I always tell everybody who comes to Open is like, what do you want to do when you want to join Open? What do you want to give back? And then what do you want from Open? I think this is just to make sure that everybody has an incentive and motivation to come and join Open. For the last 25 years since I've been working here in the US, it's probably more, I don't have to do my introduction, I think everybody knows me well. So I spent 33 years in the corporate world and 25 years. And for the last 20 years or so since I've been speaking, they've always given me some script to write, or script to read to, I never do. Today I said, I'm going to write by myself something so I can read. I'm still not going to do it. Because I don't say I'm good at reading. So I'm just going to speak to my heart to say, what are we doing here? 3 things, as I've mentioned in the meantime, we always start with 3 things that we have to do. I'm going to share this. As a CEO of Pakistan Software Export Board, which I took that role as a mission, which I just very nicely, I think humbly, Adil was just introducing me to Asad Saab here from IMF, and he says, he took the job at Pakistan Software. I said, no, I didn't take the job. Job was here when I was working. I just do it as a mission. Job, then I expect that I'm going to get something in return, but this is not what I do it for. So, 3 things. Pakistan Software Export Board. What is Pakistan Software Export Board is? What does it do? What's our goal? Why we exist and what we do. So that's number 1. Number 2, why are we here? And why you should be connecting and talking to the people that we have brought from Pakistan. And number 3 is what do we ask from each one of you to help us do? I think we all have a single mission to it. It's like, what can we do to help and contribute to our dear motherland country that we always feel, no matter what, how long we have been outside, we always feel it. And I'm not going to dismiss that. Very proud US and Pakistani citizen, so I'm not going to just say that. But every time and everywhere, when you hear these 2 anthems, I always observe, especially in these gatherings, the first anthem is always in the US anthem, which rightly should be. And the second anthem is always the Pakistani anthem, and everybody just wakes up in the second anthem. I don't know why. There is something about this that in the first one, it's not that, but the second one, everybody wakes up, it's like, okay, now they're actually singing along. So I think so three things. Pakistan Software Export Board is part of the Ministry of IT Telecommunication. Our mandate and our single goal to do is to help the industry, facilitate the industry, and promote the industry to increase the tech exports of the country. Simple mandate, nothing else. Obviously, to do that, it takes a village to move these things. But we know how, and everybody, I think, understands the opportunity, the talent. We don't have to repeat all of this stuff that we have tremendous opportunity, we have a tremendous talent, we have a young population of English speaking and this, but we're still not making it where we should be. And I think that's the mandate, that's the goal, is like, how do we promote our own youth who are doing some wonders? And I will share some of these success stories to say people may not know what pockets of excellence exist in Pakistan today. And then what can we do to promote them in this? So that's probably number one. Obviously, we are also involved in the skilling and upskilling and reskilling of the resources because we are a country of 250 million with 100 million people, or at least 60 million people that are in that age group where they need to be trained, skilled, and upskilled, that they can be productive and can add to the exports of the country. So there's a big part of it is in the skilling side, and the third is obviously a lot of work to be done to continue to work on improving the environment to do the business, ease of business, taxation policies, payments, remittances, you name it, and the setup of the companies. You can tell there's like a plethora of things that we can keep working on, and I don't think it's ever gonna, seems like never gonna end, but it's always something that we have to get better day after day after day. And the number four, which is very important and dear, which I think living outside of Pakistan for majority of your life and working in the US for this, is how important it is, the branding and the marketing. I think we underestimate, at least I can say from the other side, we underestimate the power of brands. And I think this is something that is an ongoing education for a lot of people to understand. Once you have the right brand, once you have the strength of your brand, sales becomes much easier. And there's a difference, there's a marked difference, is like you have to completely separate those two. And what we do at the Pakistan Software Export Board, and the people who have been following us for the last 7 or 8 months, or at least 6 or 8 months, know that there is tremendous focus on promoting, branding, elevating, creating a software image of Pakistan all over the globe, whether it is Riyadh, whether it's London, whether it's Silicon Valley, whether it's Qatar. We went everywhere and we make sure everybody understands Pakistan means business, Pakistan means tech, think Pakistan. Campaigns are running all over the place. Just to give you an idea, we just came from London. There were about 18 companies that we brought to London also. And we had the biggest presence in London Tech Week, which is about 30,000 people attend that conference. We had the biggest presence. We had the first one to enter if you enter the conference hall, we were the first one with the biggest presence there. Our companies were busy, they were very interactive, but on top of all the branding that we did in the conference, we branded the city of London. We took 50 iconic London cabs, branded fully in Pakistan, Think Pakistan, Tech Destination Pakistan, it's all over, and they're running in London. They're still running in London for the next 3 weeks. We said we want people to know, and something that I've learned from my mentors, which some of you are here, is for marketing and branding, you just have to keep hammering the message again and again and again until you get it, until the other person says, I get it. And this is think Pakistan. Every time you're going to think of Pakistan, you should think of tech. Every time you're going to think of tech, you should think of Pakistan. And think Pakistan is all over the place in London. 50 cabs are running 24/7 all over London. People have been amazing response for it. And then we also had 66 digital screens running in London, even today, outside of Harrods, major train stations, everywhere. You can't miss it if you go there. There are big signs out there which says think like Pakistan. Again, to deliver the message, because this is very important for us to know that, especially in the markets, in US being the biggest market for us, in UK being the second biggest market for us, this is where we need to work harder and more harder to create that image of Pakistan is like we're not just one small country, back office, answering phone calls. We are in the tech business. We are going to elevate ourselves beyond just traditional website developers and call centers, which we will do, but we're going to do more premium stuff too. So that's like 4 things that we do. Now, why are we here? We are here because I understand the value of and the opportunity of being a major player in the US market. You all know that. Our 56% of our tech exports come from US. And we make up less than 1% of the total tech exports in the US. Tech exports. So you can see, we can claim that we have the 56% of our exports coming, but we barely made less than 1% of the total exports that happens in the US. You can move the needle for us if we can say, if we get to 0.5% more share in the US, our goal will be achieve of $15 billion. That's how important, strategic this market is for. And the companies are here now. We brought about 19 or so companies here. They came to, we did a multi-city tour. We started in Dallas, then we went to New York, then we are in DC, and then we obviously wanted to make sure that we timed it enough to dovetail into the Open Global Conference because there is this opportunity. So everyone, the companies that are here, I was told about 12 companies are still here. This is your opportunity to talk to every one of them. If you walk out not knowing anyone here, or if you missed anybody, you missed an opportunity. I'll tell you, if you just start the conversation, share with you, ask for help. Ask for guidance, ask for advice. These are the people who have already made it, done it, gone through it, and be very open to it to understand what can they do for you and why do it. So you guys are all here. I was already done this identification, so but make sure don't be shy. Be bold, be confident. You guys have the products and you have the services. You have what it takes to be at the global stage. So please go ahead and do yourself a favor and make sure don't walk away without getting everybody introduced here. So that's number 2. Number 3. What do we want from you guys, or from all of us, I would say, including myself at some point, is think of Pakistan, open yourself. There is easy to get into the negative hype and negative media and negative all of this, that the negative perception of it. But there's, showing you, I've been there now for 7 months, based in Islamabad. I've seen some amazing stories coming out of Pakistan. The perception that is out there, I can tell you, the reality is very different. And I just gave you a couple of examples here. Last month, we hosted one of the biggest and the most successful global tech conference in Islamabad. That was a DFDI conference, which was under DCO, Digital Cooperation Organization. I can give you a 30-second version of it. DCO was formed. DCO is an organization headed by Madam Dima Al-Yahya. She's very, very, very big supporter of Pakistan, also connected with some of the KSA government. Very professional, very technically professional, very good, big supporter of Pakistan. She heads the DCO. This DCO was formed 3 years ago with the support of His Excellency Ambassador Saab. I didn't say anything more, but I think he was one of the visionaries that 3 years ago with Madam Dima Al-Yahya, they decided that we should set up this organization. The mandate of the DCO was how do we bridge the digital divide between the countries that are advanced and the ones that are not as advanced, and how do we bridge this? Because this digital revolution that nobody wants to miss, if you do miss, I think you will not be able to survive. So this is a very big deal. It's not an industrial revolution that we have the manufacturing capability or you don't. If you don't get into this one, I think you're not going to be able to survive. So this was the mandate for this. There are 16 member countries on it. Pakistan was one of the founding members, thanks for His Excellency Ambassador Saab. And this year in Davos, in World Economic Forum, this is under World Economic Forum, so it's under the umbrella of World Economic Forum. And this year in World Economic Forum in Davos, which is one of the most prestigious conferences, it was announced on the main stage that DCO will start holding its annual conferences for the 16 member countries and plus more. And Pakistan was honored to be chosen as the host of the inaugural DCO event. And not that we just hosted the event, we successfully hosted the event with about 150 foreign delegates, 11 ministers, 700 people attended the event, $700 million was committed, thanks to a very strong partnership, because I'm going to give a shout out to Sajjad Sahib, who's here, who's the president of the Software Housing Association. We work very closely. I don't know about the past, but we go hand in hand, everything. We fight together, we work together, we support each other. They are the ones who stepped up and brought the major investments to Pakistan. $700 million, I think $600 million came through their references and contacts, and we were able to do that. I think again, great example of a public-private partnership that has now is getting better and better. So we did that. And it was amazing to see. There were about 140, and I actually was very impressed because that's part of my strategy, always is, or is when I got there, is if you have clients who are non-Pakistanis, if you know somebody who's non-Pakistani who is interested, just bring them to Pakistan once. I can almost assure you, 8 out of 10, 9 out of times, they will come back again. The experience that you get when you get to Pakistan, the culture, the hospitality, the opportunity. I'm looking at Rebecca, who's you're probably going to hear about her story later, but is amazing. It's like you have to experience it. And I think that was part of it. This was the ABI. And then now this private sector is doing some amazing stuff here. And I think this is some of the things that Sajjad Sahib also reads that all the time, but I'm just going to do it on behalf of you too, because it's private industry who's doing all these phenomenal things. How many people, and I'll just do a couple of stories, how many people know that 40 to 50% of the African stock markets, capital markets, runs on a platform that is completely built, developed, supported from the hall? People didn't know. These like countries, capital markets run from there. People didn't know that. Now, I didn't know that either, but now I heard it. I heard from Sajjad also, it's like even Qatar's is just the biggest gas producing country in the world. Their entire system that runs those transactions runs off the system that is built and done in Pakistan. UAE's financial system, all the transactions that runs on the UAE financial system is built and done in Pakistan. I can keep going on and on. And the last one, it was like, I thought it was a touching story when I got there in Islamabad 6 months ago. I did the meetups with the CEOs. And I tell this story just to inspire others to say, if they can do it, we can do it, anybody can do it. I was doing a meetup with the CEOs in Lahore, about 75 of them. We were sitting down, we were chatting what we could do together. And there was this young guy who was sitting in the audience, who was the CEO of a company. He was very shy, he didn't say much. And then after the discussion was over, we headed to lunch, and I went and see him and says, so what do you do? So he's a young kid, probably 30, 35, now I'm saying kid because we're old, 30 to 35-year-old, and I says, so what do you do? He says, oh, I have a product company, it's an email marketing company. I'm like, that's great. It's like, people may know, it's like Constant Contacts or versions of Salesforce type contacts. I was like, okay, that's interesting. So you build this company in Lahore, you see that, he says, I built this company ground up from in Lahore. I'm like, so who are you selling to? And he said, I have 20,950 global customers. I was like, my jaw dropped, and like, are you kidding me? I didn't use middle word, but are you really kidding me that you have 20? I says, yes, I'm sure there are small customers and medium customers. And he says, I have 20,900 customers. They have supported 150 people in ours, of course, their entire our portfolio there. And I said, if you have any kids, if you know anybody who goes to Harvard and who even applies at Harvard, the email that comes from the Harvard system comes from his email system, software. I thought it was just, and nobody knows about it. So there's lot of stories like that we hear about it. Again, the pockets of excellences, we need to do more to expose them. Our storytelling is horrible, and we need to get better and better and better at it, and that's what I'm here to do. And please network, talk to people, and if there's anything I can do to help, let me know. This is my passion. As I said, it's not the job, this is the passion that I do. And whatever I can do to help and continue to do that. And for the companies and for everybody else, welcome, and please network, network, network. This is why you're here. Thank you so much.